Okay, I'm going to talk about something that's kind of controversial to probably a lot of people that follow me and stuff. And just because possibly they haven't seen very many of my videos and what I talk about. Right now, what's going on is we have the new president elect, which will be Donald Trump. And everybody that's on the right, or basically for what's good, is really happy about that. He got voted in, and he's right now made out to be a hero. In the conspiracy world, a lot of people are saying that he is going to take down the deep state and fix everything. But that's wrong with the world right now, all the crazy stuff, like the LGBTQ stuff and the free speech stuff, and the drain the swamp of the deep state. So many of these people that believe this, most of them are newcomers to the conspiracy world, newcomers to what's going on. They don't realize that no one gets in power like this. They're not allowed to unless they're in the program. Even Donald Trump and his family. You got to realize that these owl interdimensional beings, they have their fingers, tentacles, or whatever you want to call them, in all the major players at the top, including all the good guys, most of them. Most of the good guys that portray to be good. So this, from my research, as I was going over it in the past, and all these, seeded people, reptilian people, snake people, the knights, and the actual owls that are insides people. There's certain groups involved. There's a group called the Nine, or the Nine Oaks. And it's an unknown group. Nobody really knows about them. They are connected to the Greys and the Owls somehow, and these higher up people. And they're in positions of power all over the place. Now, the most crazy part about this that some people are not going to be able to understand is the fact that Donald Trump and some of his family members, not all of them, are owls or snakes or oaks, one of the Nine Oaks. So far I know that Donald Trump is one, his wife is, one of his sons, I think his name's Eric, and his youngest son, Barron. Barron is an owl. Trump is an owl. Eric is an oak. Eric is oak. I think I already said that. There's family on Melania's side that's connected to this, if you look it up. These bloodlines. So, he's not a hero, but he's playing a hero right now. And people think, they're going to have a really hard time accepting what I'm saying here. Most of the people that are really going to get it are the ones that have been at this for a very long time and know what I'm talking about. The new conspiracy theorists, the ones that started out in 2020, basically, because COVID woke a lot of people up. They don't have enough information yet to even understand this. And the hardest part about knowing all this stuff is, and this is another controversial thing, and it has to do with the fact that all religion is the owl's creation. Most of the stories in there, in the Bible, in the other religious texts and books, none of it has to do with God. It's all a scam to control everybody. And we have a large religious group right now that are conspiracy theorists online. And, you know, they believe in a lot of stuff that I believe in. The only problem is they can't let go of their religion, or they can't let go of the fact that Jesus is their savior. They don't understand how this symbolism, what the cup of Christ is, and all this other stuff, these lies that are in there about it. I talk about it in different videos. I talked about the Holy Grail cup, and what it actually represents is the woman's womb. And when they drink of the Grail, they're drinking of menstrual blood. And this has to do with a weird drug that does some really weird interdimensional messing up of the mind in rituals. You know, the blood drinking, the baby drinking of adrenochrome. There's two things going on there, because you have the actual high and wonder that these evil sick buggers are drinking it. And it's not just that, but when they torture these individuals, young kids or whatever, whoever they are, the interdimensional beings are eating the loosh at the same time. So you have their followers that are doing the nasty shit, or the snake people too, that are physical form, and you also have the interdimensional beings feeding off this stuff. There's so much to this, and you have to look into these weird things and understand that these things have infiltrated the alternative media. I watched it happen. I watched how the alternative media grew over the years and became a trusted source for information for truthers. And of course, they have their hands in that. They have people working in that area. And a lot of them are religious in the backgrounds. You know, a lot of these conspiracy people are religious, and they talk about their prayers, and they talk about this and stuff. And you have to realize that it's all a scam. If you can't realize that you have to let these things go, you won't be able to see the whole truth. You won't be able to see it all. You have to let these things go to be able to open your mind up to see the bigger picture. You know, I also wanted to say before I end this video, a lot of people tell me that I'm talking doom and gloom. And yeah, I am. I'm talking doom and gloom. I'm talking about the horrors of this reality. And sure, some people might get scared of this, and and it is scary in a way. But we're not going to get through this until we realize that it is a horror place we live in. This place, it is a hidden horror that so many people are unaware of. But if you open your eyes and let go of all these other things, you can see it. Then you'll be able to start seeing the good on how we're going to do some things about this. And I also talk about the good. I haven't talked enough about the one and the good things that are coming from what I heard about this, and the good guys. And there's a lot of them. Different races, different beings. This owl race, this interdimensional race, is not just on this planet. They've taken over other races, other alien races, as you would call them, other beings from other worlds. They kind of remind me of when you watch the X-Files and you have the black goo. They were telling us something in there. And the black goo would control whoever it went into. It didn't matter if it was another alien race or a human. It was like a parasite. And once they got in them, they took them over. I got to explain more. I got to talk more about the one and the other things that I know about. And it's it. You know, when I start talking about aliens and I talk about different races and different beings out there and stuff like that, and space, the other conspiracy that wrecks it for all this is the flat earth conspiracy. And then that one just destroys what I'm trying to talk about too. Right? So, the flat earth thing is a lie to cover up this truth so you don't look for it. Same as the other things, the religion, the other stuff. So I wanted to get this out there, and I know a lot of people are not going to agree with me on this because they believe right now that they have a savior, that they have a hero that's going to fight for them. But that was the whole plan, to fool you again.